Welcome everyone to the very first episode of the Quantum Pathfinders. I'm your host, Vidur, and I'm absolutely thrilled to embark on this incredible journey with all of you. Here at the Quantum Pathfinders, we're all about exploring the fascinating world of quantum computing and inspiring the next generation of quantum enthusiasts.
And I'm Aritro, your co-host. Vidor and I are here to guide you to the complex realm of quantum, and we're going to break down different concepts and share exciting stories from the forefront of quantum research and development.
Whether you're a student, a curious mind, or someone looking to dive into the cutting edge field of quantum computing, this podcast is for you. We will be bringing in experts discussing the latest advancements and even exploring how young people like you can get started in quantum computing.
That's right, Vidor, and today's episode is a very special one. We have an inspiring guest who is just starting their journey in quantum computing, and it's exciting that we get to hear from such young minds on such advanced topics, and we can't wait to share their story.
But before we dive into this exciting content, let's start with a quick introduction about ourselves and what inspired us to create the Quantum Pathfinders. Aricha, why don't you kick things off?
Absolutely. So a bit about me. My name is Aritro, and my fascination for quantum computing was through the love of my math and physics-based analysis. And I've always been captivated by the fundamental laws of the universe, and as I've gone through school, I began to learn about quantum mechanics, and it opened up a whole new world of possibilities. Since then, I've been on a mission to learn everything I can about this incredible field and share the knowledge with others.
That's awesome, Aricha. For me, it started all with the science fair project. I'm working on using quantum neural networks to classify kidney cancer. The idea that quantum computing could revolutionize healthcare and many other fields was mind blowing. The more I learned, the more I realized how important it is for young people to get involved early on.
And that's exactly why we started this podcast. We wanted to break down quantum computing and show that everyone, regardless of their background and education, can become a quantum pathfinder.
And now we have a special treat for you. Today, we are excited to introduce a rising star in the world of quantum computing. Despite just being a ninth grader, our guest has already begun exploring the fascinating field of quantum computing and is eager to share their journey with us.
That's right, Vidor, and it is truly inspiring to see young minds dive into such advanced topics. And our guest today is not only passionate about this topic, but they also have some fascinating insights and experience to share. So without further ado, let's welcome Isha to the podcast.
Hi
Welcome,
everyone,
Isha.
thanks for inviting me. My name's Isha and I'm in ninth grade and I live with my parents, my sister, and my 11-year-old dog in Maryland. And I like learning new things and exploring new worlds, whether it's quantum, scuba diving, neuroscience, writing, really anything. My quantum journey actually started in a dream. A brave wolf invited me to the quantum Princeton forest, and I started to look around there, and now I'm hooked. Quantum is really interesting.
So, to start things off, could you first tell us what resources or materials you used to first start learning about quantum computing?
So I used Qiskit through Jupyter Notebook, and I also referenced the Qiskit and IBM websites a lot, and they helped to answer questions. And as for installing Qiskit in the beginning, I used a video called How to Install Qiskit from Coding with Qiskit, and it really helped me.
Yeah, and I think when I first started off as well, I used the same video, probably like the older version, but around like the same thing as well. So I relate to that. Um, have you joined any clubs, groups, or online communities to connect with other young quantum enthusiasts in your journey?
I've joined Quantum Stack Exchange, which really helps to connect with people across the world and get your questions answered. As for clubs, not yet because I haven't started high school yet, but I want to create a quantum club for my school.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Actually, in my school, I created a quantum computing club with Richo, and it's doing pretty well there. So I hope to see that you create one too and
Yeah.
spread the joy of quantum computing. Are there any particular like books or websites or courses you found helpful as a beginner?
I really like this website called Grokking the Blocksphere. When I first learned about what the Blocksphere was, I couldn't visualize it. And when I learned about that website, it really helped to understand what it really was. And I also liked a YouTube channel that's of Richard Wong, and I also liked Coding with Qiskit as a YouTube channel. And they're really great resources. You can also find a bunch of courses on Udemy.
Yeah, that sounds good. I also use Grok and the Blocksphere, especially when I was studying for things like the Qiskit Associate Developer Test. At least that website, it really helped me actually visualize what each rotation on the Blocksphere was actually doing. So for me, also, that was really helpful. How has the support from teachers, family, or friends influenced your journey into quantum computing?
My family's definitely been very supportive, so I'd like to thank them for that. I'd also like to thank the brave wolf that I mentioned earlier in my dream. He's also been very helpful introducing me to quantum. And my friends Kathy and you for always answering my questions. The support from everyone's really influenced my journey, and I'm very thankful.
So now we've talked about your past, but I actually have a few questions on the future since you're going into high school side. So my first question is, what are your future goals in this field?
In the long term, I'd like to help the world solve really difficult problems through my research and my projects. And I hope that one day I can inspire other young people to continue my journey through their quantum journeys.
So you mentioned doing research, but do you have any particular style or focus within that research?
In a few years, I want to participate in the Regeneron competition. It's a competition for high schoolers in science. And here, let me tell you a little bit about my project. It's about neuromorphic quantum computing, which is basically a mix of neuroscience and quantum. And in the project, I'm going to write a book about the hippocampus and the amygdala in your brain, who I call Hippo and Amy, the starry eyed lovers from the human mind. Basically, when an eating disorder develops, everything starts to fall apart. And since they're very closely linked to your memories and emotions, they need to figure out how to save their world. And I'm also going to combine a quantum algorithm to create a cognitive robot that's emotionally intelligent, basically a mind for a robot who wants to be human. And it'll help them think and feel just like a human being. And later, that could help a human who's experiencing emotional or physical distress.
Okay, that's very interesting and very complex, especially for your age. And another question is that what advice would you give to other students who are starting to get exposed and like what do you recommend they should do?
Honestly, I just go with the Nike slogan, just do it. Basically, it's going to be really hard in the beginning, and you might deep fry your brain a little bit trying to figure out things, but ice cream helps with that. So just eat a lot of ice cream and figure out how to do this. And every day you'll learn something, and tomorrow you'll just begin to understand everything. In a few days, you'll have this big moment where you understand everything that you've been doing, and it's really fun. It's a great process.
Okay, and my final question would be what do you enjoy most about quantum computing and what keeps you motivated?
So I think I like that quantum can be applied to any field in the world. Really, it can help advance cybersecurity, finance, healthcare, really anything. And once you're learning, you can relate it to whatever you want so that you can remember terms easily. Like, for example, when I think of entanglement, I think of my sister and I because we're linked no matter how far apart we are. And when I think of quantum decoherence, if anyone's a Swiftie out there like me, I think of mirror ball, which is about being affected by your environment.
Okay,
And as
so
for what keeps me motivated, as
that's
for what
fine.
keeps me motivated, yeah, it's fine.
No, no, answer. What keeps you motivated? Muff.
Oh, my bad. Okay. Um, what keeps me motivated is knowing that it's okay not to get everything at first, and sometimes it's okay to not to get anything at all. So it's fine if you don't understand everything just yet, but in a few days you'll understand everything. And what's important is to be consistent and to not give up.
Okay, so just to clarify, you specifically just want to go into the medical field, or do you want to like go into like finance or any other like or cybersecurity, or just want to focus on growing the medical field?
I want to revolutionize the medical field by using quantum. to help everyone out and to help someone who's undergoing emotional or physical distress through my quantum brain.
That's good on my end. Vidur, anything for you?
Yeah. Yeah. Are there any like common misconceptions that people may have when starting their journey into quantum computing that you would like to clear up?
I think that one of the most common misconceptions about quantum is that it's super far away in the future and it's not really relevant right now. And I just want to say that quantum's here. Like it's happening today and it'll happen again tomorrow and the day after that. So if you're starting quantum, you're helping advance our present, our past, and our future. So just start your quantum journey and you'll help us today, tomorrow, and the day after that.
And I would like to say thank you, Isha, for coming on our podcast today. And before you leave, are there any final words of advice you'd like to give for any people your age out there trying to get into quantum computing?
I just want to say that quantum's definitely the most fun, important thing I've ever done in my life. And I know that other people feel the same way. So if you're intimidated by quantum, don't be. It's fine. It's not See, I used to be intimidated by anything that had a Q in its name, but quantum is not it's not bad, okay? You can start it and you can finish it and you'll be great. It's a lot of fun.
And thank you, Isha.
Yeah.
And thank you guys for listening to our interview with Isha. Um, and thank you for listening to the first episode of the Quantum Pathfinders. And there will be many more episodes to come.
Thank you so much for inviting me.